Right now, Aaron Rodgers tests positive for COVID-19. What this means for the Packers as they prepare for Kansas City. Plus, it's day 3 of the Kyle Rittenhouse trial as prosecutors question a witness who took video of Rittenhouse during the night of the shooting. This is News 3 Now at noon. Breaking news at noon, Aaron Rodgers will not play Sunday against Kansas City after testing positive for COVID-19. We're still working to find out if the Packers QB is vaccinated. In August, he told reporters that he had been immunized, but NFL Network's Ian Rappaport is reporting Rodgers is actually unvaccinated. That's leading to a lot of questions about whether Rodgers has correctly followed the NFL's COVID policies during this season and who is aware of his vaccination status. Third-string quarterback Kurt Benkert also tested positive for the virus. Backup QB Jordan Love is slated to start in Rodgers' place. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur is taking questions right now about Rodgers' status. We'll have much more on what he said tonight on later newscasts. And as we learn more about Rodgers,
what these guys do, you know, I can only speak to our football space, but yeah, absolutely, we got cameras everywhere. I know. I think our guys do an outstanding job with it, and you know, it's unfortunate, and it's not like this thing can't happen to anybody. It's happened to a lot of people outside of this building.
In that regard, are you kind of surprised at what's happened these last couple of weeks with everything?
That's Packer head coach Matt LaFleur talking about Rodgers going on the COVID protocol, not saying or not if he's vaccinated. He said that is not the policy. As we learn more about Rodgers' vaccination status and possible penalties for the Packers, make sure you have our Channel 3000 News app. It is free and available in the App Store. Beginning today, 28 million grade school children can receive Pfizer's COVID vaccine. The CDC director gave her final approval last night. Millions of doses have already been packaged and shipped around the country from Pfizer's distribution site in Wisconsin, ready for pediatricians and pharmacies to use immediately.
Oh, normalcy. Normalcy. We get to, once she's fully vaccinated, she can go have a sleepover at a friend's house.
The CDC says every million doses given to children ages 5 to 11 would prevent about 58,000 cases and 226 hospitalizations in that group. CVS Health says that 1,700 of their pharmacies are now accepting vaccine appointments for kids ages 5 to 11. 6 of those locations are in Wisconsin. They'll start giving shots this coming Sunday. Parental or legal guardian consent is required, and children must be accompanied by an adult. Patients are encouraged to schedule an appointment online at cvs.com or through the CVS Pharmacy app to ensure availability. The trial of Kyle Rittenhouse continues in Kenosha. He is pleading not guilty by self-defense in the August 2020 shootings of 3 men. Yesterday, prosecutors called 3 witnesses to the stand. One of them was a self-described social media influencer, Corey Washington. The prosecutor played part of Washington's Facebook Live video from the night of August 25th. The video shows a crowd yelling at a group of armed men, including Rittenhouse, who is holding an AR-15. Washington is back on the stand today. UW-Madison police are referring hate crime charges against a man following an incident 2 weeks ago. On October 16th, a UW student was walking home from the Nicholas Recreation Center when an unknown man approached him. That's when 34-year-old Gary Stevens slapped the victim's phone from his hand and uttered a racial slur used toward people of Asian descent. On October 30th, Stevens was arrested on separate charges. He's scheduled for an initial court appearance in Dane County today. Let's head to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Julian Seawright has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. A frosty start to the day.
Definitely a frosty start. However, things are looking up. As we start things looking out going into our Skycam as of right now, we are looking at sky cover. Just pretty much some clouds that are pretty variable throughout the day. We were looking at super sunny conditions to start off, but as of now, clouds are starting to blanket towards the west as we're continuing throughout. Now, as we can see for our temperatures, we have slowly but but surely now that we've approached the noon hour have improved. We're into those upper 30s here in Madison and Mineral Point and Platteville, and for Janesville at 41 degrees, where we were at 20s this morning. It was quite cold as we woke up this morning, getting things rolling for us. And as we take a look for the rest of this afternoon, well, cloud cover is going to start to dissipate as we get into the back end of this afternoon. We're going to be looking for more open skies. 40s will be into the lower end, and as we head into tonight, we're going to be looking for clear skies, but around 38 degrees as well. Mark, we'll talk more about what's coming up, because this weekend we're also going to be setting back some clocks, so we'll talk about the weather for that coming up soon.
All right, we'll check back in a few minutes. Julian, thank you. Standardized school test results are in, and it shows the pandemic and lockdowns took a toll. Chris Stanford has this week's Eye on Education.
Today, we're looking at math results pre-pandemic compared to last spring. They're from the Forward exam, which tests 3rd through 8th graders and 10th graders. You'll remember state testing in 2020 was canceled. We're going to look at Madison, Middleton Cross Plains, Sun Prairie, and Verona. This change shows the number of students who were at least proficient in math this year versus 2019. As you can see, the numbers are way down across the board. When you look at these numbers, though, you need to consider this. Participation was also down this spring, and if a student doesn't take the test, that hurts the proficiency score. You can see, though, here, scores dropped more than the participation rates. The State Department of Public Instruction wants everyone to consider the circumstances.
When we look at these assessment results, we must remember the challenges our students encountered this past school year. These were extraordinary circumstances that caused a lot of instability and impacted individuals and communities in different ways.
Now, the results certainly don't paint the entire picture, but it does give us an idea of how the pandemic impacted learning. DPI says the results are one factor districts can consider to adjust. I'm Chris Stanford. Back to you.
Thanks, Chris. Some results are still coming in from the election day in some parts of the U.S. In Virginia, Republican Glenn Youngkin beat Democrat Terry McAuliffe for governor in a state President Biden won easily last year. Voters said jobs and the economy were the top issues facing the state. The loss could spell trouble for President Biden and Democrats ahead of next year's midterm elections.
When you talk about education, the economy, and what's going on with Biden and Democrats in the Congress, those suburban voters are approachable and gettable if you're a Republican not named Donald Trump.
In Minneapolis, voters rejected an amendment to replace the city's police department with a new agency in the wake of George Floyd's murder. Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon, including a warning from lawmakers about shopping online for holiday gifts. We'll tell you what you need to know coming up.
So what do you think?
I love it.
The snow, the ice, the bitter cold. Ah, the joys of a Midwestern winter. Keep your family warm, safe, and comfortable with 30% off Feltco windows and no interest for 1 year. Our energy-efficient windows will keep the harsh weather out and the heat in. So get those drafty windows replaced now.
30% off Feltco windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Here's a secret worth sharing. Robertson, Wisconsin's aesthetic leader, wants you to experience Botox with the best. Take $50 off your first Botox visit and discover why it's the #1 non-surgical treatment in the nation. It's time to learn how Botox is different at Robertson.
My mom is a very outgoing, social person. She was very hesitant at first, leaving her house that she'd been in for over 40 years. She was not really sure why we needed to do this. We walked in and we were like, wow, this looks like a 5-star hotel. Now that she's here and she's around people every day and she's being social, she really enjoys her time here. When I talk to her at night, she's happy and she's not sad and lonely anymore. I feel relieved and a lot less stressed knowing she's here and knowing she's safe.
What is all this?
We call them options.
Options? Don't make me laugh.
Unbeatable selection without the drama. 2 pair plus a free eye exam as low as $59.95.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Well, right now, many shoppers are already buying gifts for the holidays online. And while the internet is a popular place to shop, many products sold online may be counterfeit. A 2019 report found counterfeit and pirated goods have rapidly grown in the internet era and make up more than 3% of all global trade.
The sale of counterfeit goods online impacts national economies, companies of all sizes, including small and medium-sized enterprises, and consumers, and has exploded in the past decade, and even more so since COVID-19.
Congress is now considering legislation called the Inform Act, designed to combat the sale of counterfeit goods online. Amazon, Etsy, and eBay are endorsing the House versions of the bill. At the noon hour, here are the numbers. The Dow Industrial is down 110 points. The NASDAQ, however, up 21. The S&P 500 is off 4 points. The month of November is now off to a chilly start, that is. When we come back, Julian will have a full look at your forecast.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only in the Exhibition Hall at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison.
The time is right to do something nice for your home. Why not replace your gutters with LeafGuard, the only gutter system that has earned the Good Housekeeping seal of approval? Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. LeafGuard's patented one-piece seamless design keeps leaves and debris out, which means no more clogs, guaranteed. LeafGuard carries a lifetime warranty, so your home's foundation will be protected forever, and our customers couldn't be happier.
They're the best. I don't have to worry about the gutters getting clogged up with the seeds, the branches, the dirt, the roof sheddings, and it's just one less worry for me.
And right now, save big on your new LeafGuard brand gutter system and get some incredible extras. Order now and save 75% on installation labor, get free financing for a year, and a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
After my kids left for college, the house got a bit empty, so I'm like, I'm getting a dog. I find this great deal online for a scruffy little puppy, till they hit me with a huge delivery fee. Then I remembered a tip I got from the AARP Fraud Watch Network. Insane shipping costs? This is a pet scam. I'll keep looking.
Recognize fraud sooner, so your money lives longer. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only in the Exhibition Hall at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison.
Cold and flu season is knocking on the door, and Time for Kids is here to help.
We'll give you tips for keeping pesky respiratory bugs off your doorstep.
And temperatures are starting to slowly climb. We'll take a look at your forecast tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
When the fourth quarter starts, it's a long-standing and jumping game day ritual that literally rocks Camp Randall Stadium. We'll show you how Jump Around measures on a seismic scale Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
And let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this chilly Wednesday.
Chilly, but at least there's a little sunshine out there, and that's the good news. We can and it's dry. We can still keep moving forward. Today, I want to focus in on some folks that are farming in unconventional spaces. If you've ever driven up 151 towards the community of Waupun and take a glance off to the east, you may have seen a barn there. What you may not realize is that is part of our Wisconsin Correctional Service. It is Bureau of Correctional Enterprises. That's the Waupun Dairy Farm that you're looking at there. And basically, it gives inmates an opportunity to prepare for their life after incarceration. A lot of different jobs that these folks can qualify to be a part of, including caring for animals. That gentleman that you're looking at there had never been on a farm before, and now he milks cows. His daughters call him a farmer. He said it has changed his life. He works 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, happily, because he said it's work that makes him feel productive. The dairy produces milk that's turned into products. Now, that dairy processing facility in Waupun, also managed and run by those that are incarcerated. They make ice cream, sherbet, and milk, and all of the dairy products that are produced there are helping to generate profits. The milk is distributed to all the correctional facilities in Wisconsin as well as in Minnesota. So again, the story that we continued to hear from the people that were involved in these jobs is that they feel purpose. They are in love with what they're doing, and they hope that it turns into a career. And according to the Bureau of Correctional Enterprises, 88% of former workers have earned jobs within 3 years of returning to their communities, and recidivism is down. 71% success rate from recidivism, and the workers have not returned to any of the challenged areas for more than 3 years, and that's as far as they track them. So just a story that you might not otherwise know happening in Wisconsin agriculture right there in Waupun. Markets today are falling off the table, as is Wall Street. Nothing really pertinent that's news-wise driving it. Just general, we've got money changing places. We've got a lot of speculators that are jumping in commodities right now. Well, today they decided that they want to jump out and maybe move to the sidelines and see what's happening with Wall Street. So, like I said, we'll just tie a knot and hang on, see what changes for tomorrow. Barrel cheese today, another one, 9 cents lower at $1.57. 40-pound block cheese down 3 1/4 at $1.64 1/4. Double A butter down 4 at $1.94. Talked to one of my analysts about why we're seeing such a sharp drop in barrel cheese, and quite honestly, it's just because now cheese supplies are starting to back up a little bit. Some of it related to supply chain issues like transportation. But the good news, Mark, when it comes to our Wisconsin cheese producers, they are specialty cheese producers, and still high demand for that as we go towards the holiday season.
Absolutely. That's the perfect gift in my book.
That is.
All right,
Absolutely.
Pam, thank you. Julian's back now with your certified most accurate forecast.
Well, another perfect gift will be the dry conditions that we're dealing with here for all the farmers, especially during harvest season. Now, as we take a look right now, 39 degrees here. It is definitely chilly as we're heading into our Wednesday afternoon. Cloud cover has been varying throughout much of the early morning, getting into our afternoon hours. But as we can see, we're going to be getting to those lower 40s as we go into the rest of our afternoon. And the cloud cover will start to clear out, especially as we head into this evening. But the three things we're going to need to know as we're moving forward now to the back end of this week is that today's going to really be the most chilly day that we're going to be seeing for the next few days. Then as we head into this weekend, mild conditions. We're looking at temperatures in the 50s and even the 60s throughout Sunday going into our Monday. Dry conditions are also going to be remaining for us until we get into next Tuesday. Now, as we see for our radar, this is what we were seeing a bit earlier. Into the northern areas, just a bit of that spot up, light, real snow into the northern areas of Wisconsin. But for us, we're still holding on to a lot of dry conditions. We're not going to be looking at any kind of precipitation for us, just some cloud cover, as that high pressure system is going to continue to keep things on the drier side, especially from Minneapolis all the way here into Madison. But those cloud cover will stick around throughout much of our day and carry into our Thursday as well. As we see for our temperatures for today, we're going to be about topping out into those lower 40s. Then as we go into tonight, we're going to be clearing out in terms of our cloud cover, but they will return as we get into our Thursday. Temperatures, however, will climb into those upper 40s. In some areas, could even be seeing those lower 50s as well. As we head into the nightly hours, once again, going to be seeing more clearing as we get prepared for Friday, which is going to be our warmest day of our work week. As we see for this afternoon, 43 degrees for us, variably cloudy, going to be on the chillier side. Still pretty decent in terms of this time of year, but one thing we're going to be keeping our eye on is this Sunday. Just a reminder, folks, we are falling back in terms of our time. We're going to be losing an hour of daylight, but we're going to be gaining an hour of sleep. So the catch-22 catch-22, the perfect catch-22, and the most controversial one is coming this weekend. Until then, though, in terms of temperatures, we are looking for 50s and those lower 60s coming into the weekend. And for next week, we're going to be into those upper 50s as well. But really, the biggest takeaway here is the fact that we're going to be seeing those dry conditions for quite a bit. And on top of it, plenty of sunshine. But next week, looking finally for some change up with some rain on the way, and even stormy conditions starting from Wednesday into that Thursday, Mark.
It's almost like springtime again.
I know. It's really kind of, once again, the weather can't make up its mind.
That's right. All right, Julian, thank you. Next at noon, Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen and is making one of his favorite sandwiches.
Did you know that today is National Sandwich Day? Well, it is. And that's why I thought it'd be fun to share one of the Test Kitchen's all-time favorites. I cut a loaf of Italian bread in half and removed the insides and toasted it. Now, we slather on a mixture we made by combining some mustard with a bit of brown sugar. On top of that, we pile on a good amount of sliced ham, turkey breast, tomatoes, and some chopped red onion. And get this, we top it with a healthy amount of coleslaw, some crushed pineapple that we've drained, and some shredded cheddar cheese. We put the top on, wrap it in foil, and pop it into the oven until all the layers are warmed through and the cheese gets all melty. And whether you serve this as a fun change of pace appetizer or as a fill-you-up sandwich, one bite is all it'll take, and you'll know exactly why this is one of our favorites. So in honor of National Sandwich Day, why don't you go online and get the recipe for our All-American Kitchen Sink? You see, we call it that since we practically put everything in it, well, except for the kitchen sink. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a fill-you-up way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back with Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council. She has some recipes that are easy to make in a slow cooker. That's coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. You can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakout. Call in your order today.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
Menards has the tools you need to complete your projects, stocked and ready to go. Known for innovative designs and affordable prices, Works provides the power and ease you need to get the job done right. Pick up a compact circular saw for those weekend projects, or save on a switch driver for jobs around the house. Simplify your life with 11% off. Innovative tools and accessories from Works right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. but you can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakhouse. Call in your order today.
Well, Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council is sharing beef recipes that are easy to make in a slow cooker. Here's Angie.
Thank you. I love this time of year. Fall is one of my favorite seasons, and I love changing my cooking methods to slow cooking. So that's what I wanted to talk about now. The days are getting shorter, the nights are getting chilly, and it's perfect time to use that slow cooker. And another great thing about our Wisconsin Beef Council checkoff recipes, our slow cooker recipes all have pressure cooker instructions. So you can make them a little quicker in the pressure cooker. But the beauty about the slow cooker is put everything in the morning, leave for work, come back, and you've got dinner made. So this first recipe I want to show you is a new checkoff recipe. It's called Slow Cooked Beef Pot Roast Soup with roasted vegetables and a lemon cream kind of drizzle. It is kind of a little bit fancier recipe. It's got a little more ingredients than I'm used to, but it's definitely worth it. So I started with actually a really nice beef chuck roast, and I cut it into 12 big chunks, and then I browned it. I actually browned it in this slow cooker because it's got a metal insert, but otherwise brown it on your stove top in a nice heavy skillet with a little extra virgin olive oil, kosher salt and pepper, and then put that in your slow cooker. Deglaze that pan with a cup of like a burgundy wine or a Pinot Noir, and then start adding your other ingredients. So I got carrot, russet potatoes, green pepper, onion, a can of fire roasted diced tomatoes, and then about 2-3 cups of beef broth. So all those great ingredients are already in there. Then I slow cooked it all day. So about 8 hours on low. And then at the end, I'm just adding a browned butter mixture. So a 1/4 cup of butter, softened and whisked together with a 1/4 cup of flour. And I did that on the stovetop at the end. And then also I just roasted some broccoli, which is kind of different. And I'm going to put that actually in my soup at the end because broccoli usually isn't in like a slow cooker soup. I'm going to put that in. And then, just let that get heated up and maybe another 5-10 minutes. And then it's ready for supper. And this is definitely worth all the ingredients, a little bit of extra work in the morning, because it is hearty, it's stick to your ribs. It is perfect comfort food now for November in Wisconsin. Okay, my second recipe quickly is a meatloaf, a slow cooker meatloaf. And honestly, I've been craving meatloaf when this temperature changes. I crave meatloaf, which is a really nice, good meatloaf recipe. So our slow cooker meatloaf recipe is very basic, just a basic meatloaf recipe with your carrots and potatoes. And then I made it in the Instapot. So I use the meat stew, kind of high feature, high pressure for 25 minutes. And then I made a little foil sling that I put on top of the rack that comes with the Instapot. And then on the bottom are actually my vegetables. So open this up, we'll kind of plate it like this. I got my red potatoes in here and my carrots. And it was already pressure cooked in 25 minutes. So it probably will take about an hour start to finish because that Instapot or the pressure cooker needs to heat up. So it takes a little bit longer, but it's your complete meal done in the pressure cooker in about an hour instead of all day if you don't want to do it all day. And then I just got a little brown sugar, little ketchup glaze for the top. And then of course you could take an extra step and broil this, get that glaze on there, but no need to. This looks delicious and it smells amazing. So beeftips.com is our Wisconsin Beef Council website. Click on As Seen on TV, and we're featuring slow cooked recipes this month. So you'll find the soup recipe, the slow cooked meatloaf, plus a lot of other great slow cooker recipes, and also a nice kind of a slow cooker tips page if you want to check that out. So beeftips.com, click on As Seen on TV, and it's all brought to you by Wisconsin's beef and dairy farmers through the Beef Checkoff. So you guys have a great day.
You too, Angie. Thank you. Here's Julian, one last look at the weather.
And we are going to be seeing those temperatures climb for the next few days into those 50s, and that's right, 60s are even coming into our November. Going to be plenty of dry conditions sticking around for us as well. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.